Good morning, everyone. Today is January the 31st and 2023. And I'm going to have a bit of a rant today. Going into 2024, I've been thinking about all the things that's been going on in my life and in the world, and I got a little sidetracked like we all do, I guess. But I have a bit of a rant today, and I wanted to share it with you. I did write it down, so pardon me while I look at my notes, because to have a clear, concise statement here, rather than going off on all kind of tangents, which I usually do. Anyway, today it's about corruption, and specifically in insurance. I can personally say that it's all a scam because I've worked in insurance before. Because think about it, when was the last time you made a claim on your homeowner's insurance or your car insurance? And what about health insurance? Whenever you try to get something health care wise, do you have to have that pre-authorization? Do you get denied for BS reasons? Working in healthcare, I can tell you most of the reasons are BS. And I know people say corruption is maybe a strong word, but let's think about it. Let me give you some details here. These companies are not nonprofits. They're there to make money. How many years have you paid for car insurance and never had a claim? For me, it's over 20 years. And 20 years ago, I had to pay the deductible for them to cover. It was a fairly small amount, but I still had to pay the deductible, which was significant for me at the time. And this is something we're forced to pay for. How are we forced to pay for it? Well, the insurance companies lobbied the politicians to force us to pay for car insurance, claiming it was for our benefit, but actually in reality, it's only for them to make money. So now, in order for you to keep your driver's license, if you own a car, you have to have insurance. There's no choice, at least in the state of Florida. If you don't keep insurance on your car, your license becomes suspended. Let me see where I'm at here in my notes. Sorry about this. Oh, and the other part of that is uninsured motorists. Now, part of the problem with this also is that to cover anything that happens when you have an accident, you need uninsured motorist coverage so that you're covered because this person over here does not have insurance. So that's another expense that people think they need to pay. But there's a lot of people out there that don't have insurance, and either they don't have a car registered in their name or they have a suspended license. That's the bottom line for it. And, we hear a lot of stories about people saying they have to have insurance because they're going to lose their home or lose all their belongings. But in reality, how many times have you heard anyone talk about losing their home over a car accident or a claim on their homeowner's insurance? Usually what happens is most people lose their life savings and that sort of thing because of extreme high health care costs that is not covered by their insurance. And that's another one. Healthcare is probably one of the worst. They all have their ups and downs, but right now I think healthcare coverage is probably one of the worst out there because they charge extremely high rates and you get almost nothing in return. You have to have pre-authorizations, they have to approve it, then they only pay your doctor a certain amount of money, and then now doctors are dumping insurance coverages because they're going to this, what they call MDVIP, where you pay for your treatment up front, and then they give you the forms, you file it, and you get whatever pennies you can get back from your insurance company. That's the way that most of that is working today. And then the next thing is warranties. Warranties is kind of an insurance, if you think about it. If you buy something, you're always asked, do you want to purchase a warranty? How many years has this been going on? Because years ago, most of the things that I bought didn't have a warranty that you paid for. You buy something, say you buy a refrigerator, okay? You pay, what's it going right now, between $2,000 and $5,000 for a refrigerator. And they give you a warranty of about anywhere as low as 90 days up to a year. If you want anything more than that, you have to pay for it. What kind of bullshit is that? I mean, I'm paying $2,000 for a refrigerator, and you're going to tell me that if something goes wrong with that refrigerator after 90 days or after a year, that you're not going to cover it? That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And if you buy even small things nowadays, small electronics or whatever, they say, do you want the warranty? It's only $5. I mean, come on now. They're nickel and diming us to death with this insurance bullshit. Okay, so what this all means to me is that insurance companies and companies that have decided insurance is the way to go, whether you call it a warranty or whatever, is that they're making lots and lots of money off of us. And they're doing it, you know, by any means they can. They're doing it by getting the politicians to make a law, or they're doing it by scaring us, saying that, you know, if you don't purchase this warranty, you know, you'll be on the hook for that, whatever it is. You know, like I got my car repaired yesterday, and it was almost $600. So, you know, for me, that's a big chunk of money. So for them to say, I asked them, like you said, you want the extended warranty. I'm like, okay, well, explain to me what that is. What does that mean? What do I get without the extended warranty? Without the extended warranty, the $600 that I just paid is only guaranteed for 90 days. Yeah. So this shop says, you know, you can drive your car for 90 days, and if anything goes wrong, we'll fix it for free, right? But I paid $600 for this repair. I expect it to last years because, you know, my car's about 8 years old and it was fine up until this point. So in my mind, it should last at least that long, right? So for a small amount of money, I could purchase the extended warranty and it would be good for another 18 months. Crazy, right? Okay, so the thing that really got me tipped off to this, like pissed off about this, is something that happened locally. Our city council and the mayor had a little meeting last week, and they decided to give themselves all a big raise. There was no vote on it. There was a very short meeting about it where there was a lot of people. It was on the news. A lot of people there very upset about it, shouting and pointing and all that stuff, and they still gave themselves this raise. And it wasn't a little raise. The mayor gave himself $5,000 more a month, and each council member gets $3,333 more a month. I mean, I'm speechless, right? And I just can't believe they can do this without any vote or anything. So, and this is how this ties all into this other things, is these things are being done behind our backs, even though they say it's for our own good and to our face, you know, in an open meeting. They just voted on it and then they left, and then they were closed up for the rest of the week because of the end of the year. So how do we fight back from this? I don't know how to fight back from this. One thing I'm doing is I'm going to pay my house off as fast as I can and say F you to the insurance companies. I'm going to pick what kind of insurance I want. I'm not doing what the mortgage company wants me to have. And the car insurance, I've got the least amount I can possibly have, and I'm not going to buy another vehicle. Even though, you know, my car is like 8 years old, and I'm required by law to have insurance, I don't have to buy a new car. And I had a repair, it was $600, but my car's paid off. So it's better than a car payment, and it's better than exorbitant insurance costs. So that's my small way of fighting back on this. My other way is to vote. You know, I had a coworker I was telling about the city council thing, and she thought that this raise they gave themselves was an annual thing, not a monthly thing. So this is what most people are doing. They're not paying attention to what's going on. So, you know, in a year or two, whenever they come back and say, oh, we got to raise property taxes because we can't pay for your, you know, infrastructure. We can't pay for your fire protection. You're going to be horrified if the fire department doesn't show up to your house. You know, this kind of bullshit when they're laughing all the way to the bank. You know, that kind of thing. Okay, so I got off topic there for a minute, so let me get back on there. Okay, so I think I covered everything that I had written down. And the thing about all of this is that we need to pay more attention to what's going on because, you know, I'm going to be hitting retirement soon, and I can't afford all these high-priced insurances and warranties and taxes. You know, I don't want to move to a third world country in order to be able to afford to live and not have to work, you know, for the rest of my life. I really would like to retire, or at least semi-retire at some point. So my point in all this is that insurance is a scam and a joke, but in reality, the joke is on us. So hope you enjoyed this, and if you didn't, I'm sorry, but I had to get that out, and I had to get it out into the world of YouTube. Thanks.